Listen closely, because the universe has been moving long before you even noticed. There are currents in life, invisible forces shaping your path, guiding every step, every pause, every delay. These moments you once thought were setbacks, they were preparing you. They were teaching you patience, resilience, and quiet strength. Today I will reveal the hidden rhythm behind these delays, and why now, finally, the pieces are falling into place. For centuries, Shaolin masters have understood the power of divine timing. They trained not only their bodies, but their minds and spirits to sense the invisible patterns that govern success, mastery, and inner peace. There are lessons here that most never learn, moments of preparation that go unnoticed, shaping destinies in silence. You will discover how these unseen forces have been guiding you, how every challenge you endured was not random, and why the arrival of what you have been waiting for is not sudden. It has been long in the making. In this video, we will uncover the principles of patience and preparation as taught by Shaolin wisdom. You will learn how to read the quiet signals of life, how to harness stillness to recognize opportunity, and how to embrace the timing of your own awakening. Lesser-known practices from ancient masters will reveal how your past efforts, even those that seemed wasted, are forming the foundation of your next step. Stay with me until the end, because by the last moment you will see your journey in a new light, one that connects the challenges, the waiting, and the breakthroughs into a clear, purposeful path. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire. Subscribe and join our community of seekers as we explore the depths of ancient wisdom and personal mastery together. The message waiting for you now has been a long time coming, and it will change how you move forward. The mind often whispers truths we refuse to hear, hiding beneath noise and distraction. To awaken is to listen, to feel the pulse of your own consciousness, the rhythm of your inner world. True mastery begins not in grand actions, but in subtle observation. Every thought that rises, every emotion that stirs, every pattern that repeats carries a message. Shaolin masters have long taught that awareness is the foundation of strength. Without it, skill remains empty and effort drifts without direction. Awakening begins with noticing, without judgment. See the habits that bind you, the fears that hold you back, the desires that pull you off your path. Mindfulness is not about controlling these currents. It is about recognizing them, understanding them, and allowing them to teach. There is a sacred power in simply observing. When the mind quiets and attention sharpens, even the smallest details of your life reveal themselves. The unnoticed opportunities, the subtle guidance, the moments where choice can change everything. God's message today speaks to this very practice. There are aspects of your life you may have ignored, signals buried under routine or distraction, perhaps a relationship, a path of work, or a dream long postponed, carries significance you cannot yet see. By cultivating inner awareness, you are invited to lift the veil, to witness the truth of your circumstances, and to act from clarity rather than habit. Every breath becomes a teacher, every pause a lesson. The world outside mirrors the world inside. Chaos reflects what is unexamined, calm reflects what is embraced. Shaolin wisdom reminds us that when you awaken fully to yourself, the path forward becomes unmistakable. You begin to move with precision, to respond rather than react, and to align your choices with the deeper currents that have always been guiding you. There is a space between each heartbeat, a quiet moment where the world seems to pause. In movement, we accomplish tasks, chase goals, and respond to the noise around us. Yet in stillness, understanding awakens. Shaolin monks have long honored this truth. Through meditation and deliberate calm, they align body, mind, and spirit, discovering that true strength is rooted not in constant motion, but in the depth of awareness cultivated in silence. Stillness is not emptiness, it is a form of power. When the mind settles, hidden patterns and connections become visible, the challenges that seemed overwhelming begin to reveal their lessons, decisions that felt unclear gain clarity. In the quiet, the heart speaks with honesty, and the soul's direction becomes unmistakable. Every breath becomes a guide, every pause a teacher. Discipline is the doorway to this inner sanctuary. The practice of sitting quietly, observing thoughts without attachment, demands patience and persistence. It is not an escape from life, but a training ground for mastery. Ancient wisdom teaches that without this pause, action is scattered and reactive. With it, every movement carries purpose, every choice resonates with intention. Even the simplest act, sitting in silence, can illuminate paths previously hidden. Thoughts untangle, emotions settle, and clarity emerges naturally. Shaolin philosophy reminds us that the world outside often mirrors the chaos within. By cultivating stillness, we bring harmony to both. The answers we seek are rarely found in noise or haste. They appear when the mind is quiet, the spirit attentive, and the heart willing to listen. Through stillness, mastery is nurtured. The body strengthens, the mind sharpens, and the soul awakens to its own guidance. Each pause is a step forward, each moment of quiet a bridge to wisdom. In learning to be still, one learns not only to act with power, but to live with insight, balance, and enduring clarity. There is a paradox that few truly understand. The path to freedom is paved with discipline. Many see rules and routines as chains, but the wisdom of the ancients tells another story. Discipline is not confinement. It is the tool that shapes the mind, strengthens the spirit, and frees the soul. Without it, life drifts like a leaf in the wind, carried by circumstance rather than intention. Shaolin masters dedicate their lives to mastering small, deliberate actions. Every movement in training, every hour of meditation, every repetition of practice is not a restriction, it is a declaration of purpose. Through discipline, the mind learns focus, the body learns endurance, the spirit learns resilience. Habits of self-control and integrity are not burdens, they are the pillars of personal power. Each small victory over distraction or weakness compounds, creating strength that cannot be taken, only earned. God's message today speaks to this quiet truth. There may be routines, practices, or intentions long delayed, waiting for your commitment. Perhaps it is a habit of reflection, a moment of daily focus, or a vow to act with honesty even when it is difficult. Strengthening these foundations does not limit life, it expands it. It creates space for clarity, choice, and purpose to flourish. Freedom is the reward of mastery. When the mind is disciplined, it is not swayed by fear or doubt. When the body is trained, it moves with confidence and precision. When the spirit is cultivated, it remains steadfast through life's storms. The daily practices that may feel small or tedious are in fact the very seeds of liberation. In embracing discipline, one learns to move with intention rather than impulse. One discovers that power grows quietly in the repetition of focused actions, in the honoring of commitments, and in the consistent alignment with higher purpose. True freedom is born not from chaos, but from the mastery of self, cultivated one deliberate step at a time. There is a quiet strength in walking a path that seems endless, a power in embracing the journey rather than rushing toward the destination. True growth is rarely instant. The seeds of mastery take time to root, to stretch, and to bear fruit. What appears sudden to the outside world is often the culmination of years, sometimes decades of unseen effort, repeated practice, and patient persistence. Shaolin wisdom teaches that mastery is not earned in moments of brilliance alone, but in the daily humble acts that refine body, mind, and spirit. Each movement in training, each meditation, each disciplined choice builds upon the last, layering strength upon strength, insight upon insight. These small, consistent efforts may seem unnoticed, but they accumulate quietly, shaping the foundation of your destiny. Life often tests patience, asking you to endure delays, setbacks, and seasons of uncertainty. These are not obstacles. They are integral parts of the long path. They are the refining fires that forge resilience, the still waters that cultivate clarity, the hidden work that shapes readiness. What has been a long time coming is not lost time. It is preparation, a sacred period where strength, wisdom, and discernment are quietly cultivated within. Even when progress seems invisible, every choice aligned with intention contributes to your growth. Shaolin masters remind us that the value of effort is not measured in immediate reward, but in the refinement of character and the awakening of awareness. The long path teaches humility, perseverance, and the deep satisfaction that comes from knowing you have earned each step, each accomplishment, each insight. To embrace the long path is to honor the process of becoming. It is to recognize that life's timing is precise, even when unseen. The work you have done, often unnoticed, is now aligning with the moment you are ready to rise. Mastery, patience, and persistence converge, and what has been long in preparation begins to manifest in ways both profound and enduring. There is a quiet courage that arises not from avoiding fear, but from facing it directly. Shadows exist in every heart, moments of doubt and uncertainty that whisper, "You are not ready," or "You cannot endure." Yet these shadows are not enemies, they are teachers. Shaolin wisdom reminds us that true strength is forged in the presence of what we most resist. To confront the darkness within is to step closer to awakening, to claim the power that has always been waiting quietly inside. Mindfulness offers the path. It does not demand that fear disappears, nor that doubt be conquered in haste. Instead, it teaches observation without resistance. Watch the shadow without judgment, feel its presence, and allow it to reveal its lessons. Often, what we fear contains insight into our deepest desires, our untapped potential, and the barriers we must overcome to move forward. Each hesitation, each trembling thought, is a guidepost pointing toward the growth that lies beyond. Divine timing plays its part as well. There are moments when courage must awaken, not before, not after, but exactly when the universe calls. The challenges and shadows you face now have been preparing you for this awakening. Confronting them is not reckless. It is alignment with a force far greater than the self. Shaolin masters have long practiced this, meeting fear with calm breath, uncertainty with steady resolve, and darkness with mindful awareness. In doing so, the inner landscape transforms from a place of resistance into a source of insight and power. The courage to face shadows is not always loud or dramatic. It is quiet, patient, and enduring. It grows in repetition, in the willingness to stand before what frightens us most, and to move forward despite it. Through this practice, mastery emerges, not over the world, but over oneself. Each shadow faced becomes a stepping stone, guiding the spirit toward clarity, resilience, and the awakening that has been waiting all along. There is a profound stillness in being alone, a space where the mind can finally breathe and the heart can speak. Solitude is often mistaken for loneliness, yet it is far from emptiness. In truth, it is a gift, a sacred pause where alignment occurs, where the scattered pieces of life begin to settle into their proper place. Shaolin masters have long understood this. Retreat from the noise of the world is not avoidance, it is preparation, a deliberate return to clarity and purpose. In these quiet moments, intuition sharpens. Thoughts that were clouded by distraction gain shape and meaning. Choices that once felt confusing become evident. Reflection allows you to see the subtle currents guiding your life, the unseen patterns that have been shaping your path all along. God's guidance, which often whispers rather than shouts, becomes audible when the mind is still and the heart attentive. Each pause in solitude becomes an opportunity to listen, to discern, and to act with understanding rather than reaction. The Shaolin tradition teaches that retreat is a form of strength. By stepping back from external demands, you build resilience and insight. Time alone trains patience, self-discipline, and the ability to observe without judgment. It allows the spirit to grow in ways that busyness cannot nurture. In solitude, one can review actions, understand motives, and cultivate the wisdom necessary for mastery. Reflection and stillness are not passive. They are active practices of the soul. Each quiet hour becomes a teacher, each moment of withdrawal a step toward deeper understanding. By embracing this gift, you cultivate clarity, balance, and inner power. The world's noise may return, but the lessons learned in solitude remain, guiding each decision, shaping each action, and illuminating the path toward true personal mastery. Every action, every thought, every emotion carries energy. It is the quiet force that drives your life, often unnoticed until it is scattered or depleted. Shaolin masters teach that energy is sacred, it must be honored, directed, and protected. Like a river, it flows naturally, but without conscious guidance, it can be lost to distractions, fear, and the demands of the world. The way you manage this energy determines not only what you achieve, but who you become. Focus is the key. Attention is not merely a tool, it is a form of cultivation. When you invest your effort in what nourishes your spirit, you build strength, clarity, and resilience. Practices that bring awareness, movement, and alignment channel energy toward growth, not chaos. Conversely, dwelling on what drains you, negative thoughts, toxic relationships, endless worry, scatters energy, leaving the mind fatigued and the heart heavy. Ancient wisdom reminds us that protection of energy is not selfishness, it is self-mastery. Life's timing, guided by unseen forces, suggests that you are ready to use your energy with precision. The distractions and wasted moments of the past have refined your awareness, revealing what truly matters. When you align effort with purpose, every action resonates more deeply. Shaolin philosophy emphasizes this harmony, body, mind, and spirit working as one, each movement intentional, each choice deliberate. Energy management is a practice, a daily art. Observe where it flows, release what no longer serves, strengthen what uplifts. In doing so, you create the conditions for clarity, insight, and progress. The path ahead becomes less burdensome, not because it is easier, but because you move with intention, harnessing your inner force. What has been long in preparation is now within reach, and your energy, rightly directed, becomes the compass guiding you toward your true path. Knowledge without movement is like a river trapped behind a dam. It holds power, but it cannot transform. Awareness alone cannot create change. Shaolin masters have long taught that insight is only meaningful when it is paired with deliberate action. The mind may understand, but the spirit only grows when understanding is expressed through movement grounded in purpose. Clarity is a quiet companion. It does not demand haste or noise. When it arrives, it brings an unmistakable stillness, a sense of direction that feels both natural and inevitable. This is the moment to act, not impulsively, not from fear or desire, but with calm confidence. Every step becomes intentional, every decision measured, every gesture aligned with the deeper currents that guide life. Action without clarity scatters energy. Clarity without action is wasted potential. Together they form the foundation of mastery. Shaolin wisdom teaches patience in preparation and precision in execution. Every motion, every choice, every word is deliberate, practiced, and purposeful. The path of personal mastery is not paved with reaction, but with intentional steps taken after careful observation. By acting with clarity, you harness not only your skills, but your awareness, turning insight into real transformation. Life often tests the timing of our actions. Moments arise when hesitation could cost opportunity, yet impulsiveness can lead to missteps. The key lies in the balance cultivated through discipline and reflection. When clarity is present, movement should be decisive, yet calm, forceful, yet measured. This is how destiny is shaped, not through chaos, but through deliberate alignment of intention, awareness, and effort. Every action with purpose strengthens the foundation within. Each choice, made in stillness and guided by understanding, shapes the trajectory of your life. Mastery is the art of knowing when to wait, when to move, and how to act so that the world shifts in response not to chance, but to your quiet, unwavering power. There is a strength that comes not from achievement alone, but from the quiet recognition of the journey itself. Gratitude opens the heart to the forces that have shaped you, the challenges that tested patience, the moments of guidance that appeared unexpectedly, the unseen hands that directed your path. Shaolin teachings remind us that mastery is not only about skill or power, but about understanding the broader flow of life and honoring every step that led to this moment. Humility is not weakness, it does not reduce the value of accomplishment, nor does it shrink the spirit. Instead, it amplifies awareness. A humble mind sees clearly, free from the distortions of ego. It allows the lessons of life to settle deeply, shaping wisdom rather than pride. By embracing humility, every insight gained, every victory earned, becomes a tool for greater discernment and a means to move forward with balance. Gratitude and humility together cultivate inner peace. They allow you to rest in the knowledge that the long path, with all its trials and delays, has prepared you for what is coming. Each hardship endured, each moment of patience, each deliberate choice adds to the strength you now carry. The heart that practices gratitude is ready for the next stage of life, attuned to opportunity and resilient against disruption. The Shaolin Way teaches that true mastery integrates discipline, awareness, courage, and reflection, but it is humility and gratitude that complete the circle. By acknowledging the forces, both seen and unseen, that have guided your journey, you align with a deeper intelligence, a quiet order that shapes destiny. In this alignment, power is measured not by conquest, but by the calm, steady readiness to embrace what comes next, carrying the lessons of the past with clarity, reverence, and a heart open to life's unfolding. Every experience, every pause, every struggle carries a lesson hidden beneath the surface. Life's delays are not empty. They are the quiet teachers that shape resilience and wisdom. Shaolin philosophy teaches that mastery is not a single act or sudden realization. It is the integration of many small insights accumulated over time. Each challenge, each moment of stillness, each decision to act with awareness contributes to a deeper harmony within. Personal mastery is the art of bringing together discipline, courage, awareness, and patience into a seamless whole. Discipline guides the mind, courage moves the spirit forward. Awareness sharpens perception, and patience allows the process to unfold in its own time. Alone, each quality has value, but together they create a force that is greater than the sum of its parts. The mastery of self is not achieved in haste. It emerges through consistent practice, reflection, and the willingness to learn from every circumstance. Divine timing reminds us that there is order in what appears chaotic. The forces shaping your life are not random. Every delay, every moment of uncertainty, every experience that seemed difficult or pointless has been laying the groundwork for what is arriving now. God's message emphasizes that what is unfolding is part of a greater plan, a design that often becomes visible only when the pieces finally converge. To integrate the lessons of life is to recognize the value in every step, to honor both triumph and trial, and to move forward with clarity and intention. The harmony within allows action to flow effortlessly, decisions to emerge naturally, and purpose to manifest without resistance. When the lessons are fully integrated, the path that once seemed long and uncertain becomes a clear, purposeful journey, guided by wisdom, grounded in strength, and aligned with the unfolding plan that has always been quietly preparing you for this moment. Every moment of patience, every challenge faced, every pause for reflection has been shaping you for this very time. The practices of stillness, discipline, awareness, and courage are not just lessons. They are tools to navigate life with purpose and clarity. Today, you are invited to step into what has been quietly prepared for you, to move forward with trust in your own wisdom and confidence in your choices. Embrace the timing of your journey. Recognize that each experience, no matter how long or difficult, has served to strengthen and prepare you. Apply these principles in your daily life. Pause when needed, act with intention, and honor the quiet guidance within. Even small steps, taken with awareness, carry profound impact. The transformation you have been waiting for is arriving. It comes not as a sudden force, but as the natural result of consistent effort, mindful awareness, and inner mastery. Trust that you are ready, that the path is aligned, and that your actions now are part of a greater unfolding. Let this understanding guide you gently, inspiring calm, focus, and purposeful living. If this message has resonated, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Shaolin Soulfire, so together we can continue exploring the timeless wisdom that shapes strength, clarity, and inner peace.